Let's talk about conversion. And by conversion, obviously I mean converting from a lead or a prospect through to a customer or a client if we're in the B2B space. Now, we all want to convert, and we want to convert rapidly. That's the thing. Particularly in B2B, we want to shorten those sales cycles. That's the time taken from we first interact with a prospect until we actually close the sale. Now, this is going to help you a lot. I call it the ultimate conversion formula. It's a 5-step formula, and I'm going to go through it with you on the whiteboard. But before I do that, this is actually not my formula. It was taught to me by two very clever marketers, Dr. Glenn Livingston and Terry Dean. I was coached personally by Glenn many years ago. He's a qualified psychologist, does a lot of work in the corporate world. The thing is, Glenn no longer teaches the formula. He just applies it in his own business. And he's in a very, very competitive market. But he's decided he can make more money out of applying the formula than teaching the formula. So let's go across to the whiteboard. I hope you find it useful. We'll go through it step by step. Okay, let's talk about conversion. Now, what do I mean by conversion? By conversion, I mean the process of converting from prospects to customers. Now, anyone who sells any product, particularly if it's a complex product, complex products and services, the more complex it is, the longer the sales cycle is, the tougher conversion can be. So conversion can be really tough. And for any business, long sales cycles are a real problem. Now, you're probably wondering why I've drawn this in the background. This is something that I prepared earlier. This is obviously the 5 fingers of the hand. And this is what I call the ultimate conversion formula. And the 5 fingers are meant to represent each of the 5 things that we need to have in place in order to convert faster, to shorten those sales cycles. So what are the 5 things? Well, the first thing is we need to solve a problem. Excuse my back on my handwriting. We need to solve a problem. And the more critical that problem is, the more urgent the problem is for the ideal customer, the more likely they're going to want to solve it quickly. And obviously that's going to shorten the sales cycle. The next point is we need proof. This is something that often we struggle with. We need not just a little bit of proof, we need overwhelming proof that we can solve the client's problem. The more proof we have, the better. And this can be difficult. We need that irrefutable evidence or overwhelming proof that we can solve the problem. The next thing we need is a system. And the system, ideally, is uniquely branded to us. Why uniquely branded? Well, our competitors may also be able to solve the problem, but only we have got this system. And if we can explain the system to the client, that gives credibility, that gives the client confidence. It also adds to the proof. So a unique branded system is important, branded to our business. The next thing, obviously we need an offer. And the offer is not just a price that we have provided without much thought. We need to stack up as much value as possible. And the offer needs to be what some people call an irresistible offer, a no-brainer offer. Now that doesn't necessarily mean inexpensive. It just means we've stacked up so much value that the client will be mad not to buy from us. So the offer is really important. We need to I find that often we don't put enough thought into stacking the value up. So the offer really is a no-brainer. And the last thing is, because everyone procrastinates and clients procrastinate, and there's always a reason why they don't want to act immediately, we need urgency, and we need no false urgency. There's got to be a reason why it's important to act now, why the client needs to make a decision rapidly. It might be that we have a team we have a team available now, they won't be available, got a legitimate reason, they won't be available a month from now. So there's a reason for the client to make a decision fast. Now, if we're solving a critical problem, then self-interest will motivate the client to solve it fast. But these are the 5 things. So in my experience, if we are not converting as well as we think we should, it always gets back to one or more of these 5 things missing. Now, it doesn't mean that we need all 5 things, but the closer we get to having all 5 things and having been strong in each of these 5 areas, the faster we will convert, the shorter the sales cycle. So that's the ultimate conversion formula, and I hope you find it useful. Okay, there we have it. But just one more thing. I've got something else for you. I call it the Conversion Accelerator Roadmap. It's a roadmap that I've put together, and it's based on the formula. The formula really is the foundation of the roadmap. If you'd like a copy, just type conversion into the comments below and I'll send you a copy. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, I think you're really going to enjoy the next one in the series. It's how to get a quantum leap or a step change in your sales results. I'll put a link up here and I hope you enjoy.